Hey guys, I'm Tyler Bray. Some of you guys know me as Manager Ty. After reading this book, it's called Rocket Fuel. It's a business book about visionaries and implementers and just business in general. I wanted to share with you what I learned from this. And I want to make this a series, and I want to make this something that you can follow along, because I know most people don't have the time to read, a bunch of business books, but that's one thing I'm passionate about, and I want to give you kind of like a short spark note version of what I've learned from it, and also some of the real life experiences that I had, so that you can understand what the book is kind of talking about. I want to be able to give you a little bit of insight on my background, that I have experience in entertainment, I have experience in distribution, and the nitty-gritty, super dirty business and what you're used to in business, but also the cool, fun, and I would consider sexier side of business, which is the entertainment side. I am an entrepreneur. As of this point, I run a business in Texas, distribution, manufacturing, marketing, e-commerce. I've ran it since I was 14 years old. At the same time, I am also running in this house right now a content/music group called North Star. It is a group consisting of 7 Asian Americans who try to inspire the world through their crafts. So this book is called Rocket Fuel, and it's by Gino Wickman and Marc C. Winters. Let's kick it off. So what is this Rocket Fuel book about? This book is really about the difference between a visionary and an implementer. There are 2 main functions in a business when it comes to leadership, or types of functions, I would say. Number 1, there's a visionary. And there's also integrators, or I use the words implementer and integrator kind of interchangeably, but the actual terminology is integrators. What is a visionary? A visionary dreams big. They inspire people behind a common vision, and they seize marketing opportunities, and they generate a bunch of new ideas. This person's often good at R&Ds. This person always has a good pulse on the market and industry. So this person often is the one who communicates with the big clients, closes the larger deals because it's exciting to them, maintains that relationship with the larger, whether it be vendors, clients, customers, whatever the case may be. Visionaries often are good at seeing the big picture and are good at connecting the dots. Visionaries know where they want to go, but often don't know how to get there. That is my problem. Visionaries often have a hunter mentality. They explore rather than analyze. We get bored very easily. We may often be self-sabotaging. So think about this person as a person who is just full of ideas and just really likes to change, go get it, right? And then you have the integrator. This is the realist. This person ensures that commitments and deadlines are met, and they make the vision a reality. Hey, before we get to the rest of the video, I really want to talk about something really important to me. First, of course, you know that I want to inspire the youth through my entrepreneurship and my lifestyle. Also, I want to spread awareness on some of the things that are important in today's world. What I want to talk about is in relation to the book. It's women empowerment in business. And I want to share with you some statistics about that, because the president of my company, my implementer, she's a woman, and she's the president of my company. Interesting statistic number 1, the US has 12.3 million women-owned businesses. 40% of US businesses are also women-owned. And that's crazy to me. That's a lot higher number than I figured. But at the same time, on average, female entrepreneurs ask for roughly $35,000 less in business financing than men. And so one of the things that I feel like we can all really work on is really empowering and helping out women who are aspiring to be business owners or entrepreneurs. Some of the things that we're doing as a company, or what I'm doing, we actually have a podcast for my business back at home, TK Trailer Parts, called Women in the Trailer Industry. So go listen to that. It's really cool. I have some of my C-level leadership team members actually leading that podcast. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think what we need to do is to really educate ourselves and find an organization. The link is going to be down below to an organization where you could potentially be helping women in business. And so take a moment and internalize that for a second and think, okay, based on that short definition, am I a visionary or am I an integrator? From my experience and based on what I read in this book and the test that I'm going to have you guys take as well, I am a visionary. I'm a person who has so many different ideas, but what I lack is the ability to execute. What I lack is the planning and the strategic step by step and really explaining what that vision is and making it a reality. While others, such as some of my peers and also the president of my company, they're really good at making the vision come to life. And so this book is really about the importance of understanding who you are as a leader, if you're a visionary or an integrator, but also if you're a visionary, the importance of having an integrator in your life to make sure that your vision and your dreams become a reality. Now, you might be confused as to what it means to make a vision a reality. I'll give you an example. In my business, I have many dreams. In my business, I'm talking about TK Trailer Parts back in Texas. I want to be able to be a Amazon for trailer parts. I want to be able to take over the online presence and create an online community, the largest online community for trailer parts. But what I suck at is the details. How do we get to that point, right? Do I want to sit every single day and make sure that everything gets done on a day-to-day basis? Can I do it? Absolutely. Am I good at it? Maybe for a short period of time, but that's not something that I naturally am going to enjoy doing every single day. Whereas an integrator loves seeing that plan through, loves the planning, loves the scheduling, loves the organization, and allowing that information to be aligned through, in this case, employees and the people under you to make sure the vision becomes a reality. So now let's talk about integrators. Now, what is an integrator? Caitlin is my president, and in fact, she started out as my secretary. She didn't really have a title, but I like to call her a secretary. She was right next to me, and she's been working with me for, I believe, 5 years now. And she started out just right by my side, and I remember sitting, we didn't even have an office, we were sitting on tires. We had a stack of tires, and we were sitting right next to each other, and we were working on an Excel spreadsheet, and she would be controlling the mouse while I would be controlling the actual keyboard so we can get things done faster. Why is this important? She was close to me every step of the way, so she started to understand how my mind worked, which in turn helped her to get into this position of presidency where she can make decisions that she knows that I would have made without me being there. An integrator is super important in that they have to understand how a visionary works and how their mind works in order to make their dreams a reality in the way that they want. Often visionaries are very impulsive and very everywhere with so many different ideas. And the integrator has to be able to communicate with them effectively enough to give them that proper feedback and to give them the proper expectation of what can be delivered at what time, when ideas are just bad. The visionaries, like myself, often have a million ideas, but only 10 of them might be good. And the integrator is often the ones who are like, that's a great idea, let's do that, let me create a plan of action. So that's what my president does for me. The integrator's job is often it's a very noble job. And the reason why I say it's a noble job is because, like I said before, with Henry Ford and his integrator, or Walt Disney with his integrator, their names are often not very out in the public. And normally integrators don't need that spotlight. They're not in the spotlight. They just like seeing things through and making things happen, making a vision a reality. Integrators, I believe, if I remember correctly, based on the book, are only approximately 5% of the population, while visionaries are about 30% of the population. And so there's a very small select group of integrators who are great at their jobs and love to do their jobs. And there's actually a test that I want you, our watcher, our viewer, to take to see if you're a visionary or an integrator. And it's a very captivating test. I actually enjoyed taking it. It only takes about 2 or 3 minutes. It's like a scorecard. I'm going to talk a little bit more about integrators. In order for a visionary and an integrator to work well with one another, they must always be aligned. And the more that you talk to me, that's one of the most important things that you're going to hear me preach all the time is alignment. Alignment between you and the person that you're working with, regardless of what relationship you're in, whether it be a professional relationship, a platonic relationship, or a romantic relationship. I believe when it comes to any interpersonal relationships, alignment is one of the most important things that could happen. Mutual respect. If you guys don't respect one another, it's hard to work with one another and make sure that the vision becomes a reality. Also, as a visionary, I need to understand that the integrator is the tiebreaker, which means the integrator is going